It's the NFL on EA Sports, and the question is, are you ready for some football? It's the Cleveland Browns and the Seattle Seahawks, next on Madden Football.
We are just south of Pioneer Square here in the great northwest city of Seattle at newly named Lumen Field, home of the 12s. Alongside my broadcast partner Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and as we look at this matchup, every time there's something different to focus on. So I'll just ask you, what do you see here in this one?
Well, Rembrandt, you've given me a pretty blank canvas to focus on, haven't you? Yeah. Where do you think I'm going to go with this?
Oh, secondary?
You know me well, right? In a game like this, it's always about the secondary. Can they handle the passing attack and make a few plays?
Here's the kicker, Jason Myers, to get this one started. And off we go from Seattle. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. And now timeout is whistled as it appears there's a Brown shaken up on the play. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. In motion, the tight end. First play from scrimmage. Watson going to throw it. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Okay, partner, a couple points of interest right here, all right? Offensively, we see that they came out throwing the football, but maybe more importantly, the blitz that came defensively, they got right after it.
And you were telling me pregame before we came on air, you think this is something we could see a lot.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it because this is a unit that wants to play the game on their terms.
A situation they'll certainly want to avoid going forward. In early second and long they're facing. Back to throw, Watson. His throw incomplete.
And this drive is almost over before it began thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on first down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
Yeah, I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is third and long. Watson. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Jaron Reed muscles his way in for the sack. What a great job getting pressure here on the first drive. 3 plays and already 2 sacks.
And that pressure has been intense right from the beginning. And I'm telling you, if they don't make an adjustment in play calling and protection, it'll go from intense to relentless.
On fourth down, on is Corey Bojorquez to punt. And a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. Now Smith and the Seahawks going to come up first and 10 at their 35-yard line. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. Throwing now is Geno. And that's incomplete.
Normally, he's pretty reliable. Usually catches what's thrown to him. On that play, he simply dropped it.
Smith, an incomplete pass on first down. Now it's second and 10. They'll run. It's Kenneth Walker. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable third down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Now Geno. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And that's one of those where it feels like backyard football in a sense. You say, forget about the route. Just run to the open spot in the middle of the field, and I'll find you. Good throw, good concentration on the catch, and they pick up the first down.
Geno now to throw. He completes this to Walker. And he's taken down at the 50 after a short gain of 2.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held it to an okay gain.
It's complete to Brown, right side. So certainly a defensive mistake here in the first quarter, getting hit with a roughing the passer call.
And that hurts not just because of the yardage you gave up and give them a fresh set of downs, but that brought the home crowd into this one. And when you go on the road, your job is to silence the crowd, not energize them.
Smith now to throw. Pass incomplete.
We'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, forced the incompletion. That allowed him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely. Frees up your guys elsewhere. Smith, an incomplete pass on first down. Now it's 2nd and 10. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Zadarius Smith showing his strength and quickness there, a loss of 4.
Chalk that one up to bad acting, I guess, because they certainly failed to sell the handoff, and the pressure stayed keyed in on the quarterback. No Oscar awards for this offense, just a loss of yardage.
Now a tough spot for Geno Smith and company after the sack. It's 3rd and long. They'll set up a throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 17-yard line. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Going right back to Smith and Jigba. It'll go as a gain of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. Now to the ground. Here's Walker. And strong running there as he's inside the 10 and down to the 8-yard line. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with 3rd down now looming.
I really like the vision he displayed on that play because he saw there wasn't a lane to completely break off a huge gain. So he found where there was the most space and got what he could. A nice dirty run that's a positive play for the offense.
Now Smith. That is caught. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains. Well, no question, this is exactly how they wanted to start this football game. And nice pass there. And now they're set up beautifully, Charles, to finish this off with a touchdown.
Yeah, but they've still got to finish it off, partner, and that means they've got to execute at this stage of the field. So we've seen many teams march it right to the goal line.
And he's across the chalk into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. Ken Walker, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Seahawks get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. So a good job there, Charles, taking advantage of the short field, and they score first, punching it in on the short touchdown run.
I love the theme there, right? They didn't have to do anything big on that drive. Took advantage of where they were on the field, took it downfield, put the ball in the end zone. The only thing big on that drive, the 6 on the scoreboard.
Jason Myers now for the extra point. And this will give the Seahawks a 7-0 lead. So that one a long 11-play drive. And it was Kenneth Walker finishing things off with a touchdown run. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Second drive coming up here for Cleveland as they return to the field on offense. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got to look at them, get a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
See if they open things up. Let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop. To throw is Watson. This one complete to Jerry Jeudy. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. A quick first down pickup. Good start after going 3 and out on their opening drive.
Yeah, that's a nice pickup there, especially when it comes on the heels of a 3 and out the first time you have the ball. They were determined to not have that happen again, and that's a nice throw for their first down of the game.
Moore, the motion man. And they'll get it forward to him on the touch pass. Second and 5. Moore, the man in motion. Watson now to throw. Got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. Touchdown, Browns. David Njoku, 54 yards. And the Browns are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. Charles, that was a heck of a play.
It truly was, because when he made that catch, he had to shake through some people, right? So that play, to me, a highlight film that should be accompanied by bass music, right? I mean, boom, 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 and he finds his way to the end zone. Terrific play.
Dustin Hopkins on now to add the extra point. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. The drive there only spanning 3 plays, and it's capped off by the Browns' touchdown. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Seattle's offense coming back onto the field, ready for their second drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways, because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
In motion goes the tight end. Back to throw, Smith. This one goes underneath to Walker. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. The linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
They'll try for the first with Walker. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
I haven't met a football team yet that runs the ball successfully that doesn't talk about having an attitude to be a running football team, right? You got to be able to put your nose in there, smell where the first down sticks are, and get there.
Back to Walker on first down. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
Consecutive positive runs for him on the last 2 snaps. He certainly appears to be trying to put the offense on his back and just move them down the field when his number is called. The way he's running it, I'd keep going back to him.
Here's a 2nd and 5. Again, it's Walker. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. Out of the gun, Walker with it. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a 3rd and about 4 more for a first.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Setting up the screen here. This is Walker. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
But they certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the first half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball possibly in the open field. And I think in the second half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 48-yard line. Now it's Smith. This is Fant on the short completion. No gain on the play. And it'll be 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. 2nd and 10. And they'll send the slot in motion left. And he'll get an opportunity with it on the touch pass. Oh, this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away. All right, so they got that one, Charles, against the center.
And let's remember how difficult it is for the center, because remember, he's got to snap the ball to put the play in motion, and sometimes you got that big guy on your nose. You got sometimes where he's coming at you at an angle. It's a difficult job for him to snap the ball and then execute his block.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. They lose 2 on that last play, so things get even tougher. 3rd and long coming up.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. Turns out to be a great idea to tuck that one. Good for 24 yards.
Certainly not a positive sign if you're the D coordinator and you see your guys give up that space so early in the game. 3rd down, that's when the clamps are supposed to come out, but his ability to create things with his legs makes things difficult.
Walker now on 1st and 10.
And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
So if you've been playing defense in this one, there's a little bit of the good and some bad, because they did give up the touchdown run to him earlier but shut him down otherwise.
Outside of that, you're exactly right. I would say they've contained him very well. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Here's Smith. And the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. Now Smith. He's got his running back out of the backfield. Touchdown, Seahawks. Kenneth Walker. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Seahawks have taken the lead. Well, forget about the weapons out wide. He knows he's got another weapon in the backfield of the passing game, Charles, and he utilized him perfectly on that play.
And the offense coordinator showed me something on that play, Brandon, because so often during a game, our cameras find them looking down at their play sheets, and you wonder if they're absorbing anything. He had something specific in mind, and he went to it, and it worked well.
Now Myers for the extra point. It's up and good, and it's 14-7 now here in the first quarter. So that drive, 12 plays in length. And it was Ken Walker who finished things off for the touchdown catch. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Browns set and ready to go on offense. As this offense comes back out here, Charles, they're trailing in this ball game. And they've been on the sideline for a while. They did score their last time out, but they just had to watch that long, sustained drive, so we'll see if they can shake the rust off.
Yeah, and that's always a question that you have when you have to come off the bench after having sat there for a long time. Are you ready to go? Are you loosened up? But even more so, are you mentally alert and ready to put your best product out there?
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. Well, he is certainly dangerous when he spots a lane, and he keeps it himself there. Worked out well.
And how about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice it over and over because it's almost like a ballet that has to be choreographed. But how about once he made the decision to go, he committed to it and went. Let's face it, most teams are going to defend the running back much more than the quarterback on that type of a play.
And strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
Cooper will come in motion right. Off of play action, it's Watson. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. Uchenna and Nwosu got the sack there. And that is the third sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game. I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. They'll motion the tight end across the formation. Now it's Watson. Incomplete. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on first down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Here's Watson. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Uchenna Nwosu. Now 2 sacks for him already here in this first quarter of play. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. The start of the second quarter, and it's the Browns in control of the football as they've got it with a 4th down coming up. Here's Corey Bojorquez now. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. 46 yards on the boot. The coverage holds him to just 3 on the return. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
They'll bring one of the tight ends in motion right here. Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
And if that run looks familiar to you by Walker, it should. You saw it at Wake Forest, at Michigan State, and in the NFL here with Seattle. A nice start to his career, totaling a little over 2,400 yards from scrimmage and 18 touchdowns in his first 2 seasons.
And it's out. He put it on the carpet. They'll call it luck or skill, whatever the case is. They're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill. Boy, the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground, whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you maintain possession, that's all you're looking for.
Throwing is Smith. And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit, even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
Smith. And complete to Smith and Jigba. He's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this.
And that flag's on Myles Garrett, and we know he's got a nose for getting after the quarterback, but that time, even though he's going to protest it a little bit, he's a step late, and they hit him with the penalty.
A bad time for a roughing penalty, and they get the gift of a 1st and 10. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be 2nd down.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2, and that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
Throwing now is Geno. This is Fant on the short completion.
They went to their big body tight end on 2nd down in hopes that he could plow his way to a 1st down, but they were ready for him defensively and ended up holding him to a modest gain.
The Seahawks on 3rd down. They've been automatic. How about 8 for 8 in the game thus far? They're looking at 3rd and the nose of the football. Left side here taken in by Metcalf. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as he's able to get about 3 that time on 3rd and inches. That time the conversion comes courtesy of the RPO.
And know what it did? It moved the sticks. Nice pickup on 3rd down. Even better decision.
Now we've got whistles and movement up front. I think this is against Seattle. That's on the guard, Laken Tomlinson. The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Smith. This is Fant on the short completion. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
I know the halftime's approaching, but I don't think he's going to want to take a break. That's his 5th catch.
Yeah, they've really been targeting the tight end. They'll send the big tight end in motion right. Smith throwing again. Over the middle here to Brown. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. A solid gain of 15 yards, and the sticks move.
He really looked comfortable there, scanning the situation, analyzing things, feeling the pressure, and then stepping up right through the middle and sprinting for a first down.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. Smith going to try and run with it. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. So erase the red zone score. They'll have to dial that one up again.
And you know how difficult it is to strike in the red zone because things are a little bit more condensed. You got to go back to their play chart and see if they can dial up another one.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Give to Walker on the read option. He fights forward for a couple with a penalty flag down. And the linemen, they're already walking back. Now the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. Here's Smith. And Walker has it. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. It'll be a gain of just a yard, and that will bring up 2nd down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it could turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Smith now to throw. Left side, he finds Smith and Jigba. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
And he'll go down, brought down at the 20-yard line. In for the sack, Myles Garrett.
And when talking about the league's most dominant defenders, Garrett's name always is one of the first ones to come up, and for good reason. He's the reigning Defensive Player of the Year, and he has his sights set on another big campaign.
On comes the Seahawk kicker here on 4th down. It's Jason Myers. This will be a 37-yard attempt. Myers' kick is good, and they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. So that one on target, and it adds to this first half lead.
And maybe we're too early to worry too much about one-score lead, two-score lead, etc. But this is where you kind of start banking those points that come in helpful later on.
Myers now converted on the field goal try. Now he's on to kick it away. Breaks through the contact. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Cleveland offense making their way out. They find themselves down 17-7 as they start this drive, 1st and 10. They'll start with the option. Give him 4 yards there on the 1st down keeper.
Well, if you're going to run the read option, typically, you've got to keep an eye on the defensive end.
And what does that mean? What are you looking for with a defensive end?
Well, you want to play off of what he does. If he collapses inside towards the running back, then you pull it and take it yourself outside in. If he stays outside, you go ahead and leave it with the running back. In this case, pulled it and got good yardage himself.
Here's Chubb on the read option. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there. Now it'll be 3rd down.
Early down stuff will put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
Out of the gun, Watson. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Browns 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the 1st down. And that's what he just did.
And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. And that's on the guard, Wyatt Teller. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Here's Watson. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. A bit of a jump there, CD. He breaks the line, and that'll be 5 yards.
And you've got to stay more disciplined than that, Brandon. That's just a free gift to the offense.
So the penalty now moves it up. It's 2nd and 10. Back to throw, Watson. And he gets it to his running back, Nick Chubb. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. It's a gain of 35.
So often when we're watching a football game, we see one with a lot of ebbs and flows, and this one is no different. And sometimes you just need a big play to wake you up a bit. And they get one right there. That shot of caffeine this offense was looking for.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got it to the 28-yard line. A shotgun snap for Watson. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Watson. Looking left side, that's caught by Moore. Call it a gain of 12, but of course not a 1st down due to the previous penalty.
That's tough to play zone defense when they can just curl up right there in front of you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we talk about finding the soft spot. Defensively, how do you make sure they don't find the soft spot like they did there?
Tough to do, because what they normally will do is run routes that'll pull you out of that spot that they want to get into.
Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
So possession still theirs, but now they face a 3rd down. To throw is Watson. Oh, it's intercepted. A drive killer there. Rayshawn Jenkins picks it off. And the Seahawks are going to get the football here as he gets this up past the 20-yard line. How big is that penalty? Wipe out the INT.
You'd hate to be the teammate that caused that penalty and wiped out the interception. You got to face that guy in the locker room. Not a lot of fun for you, and you hurt your squad.
And incomplete, a drop there in the middle 3rd of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Whenever I see an in-route dropped, as we just saw in that play, I'm always thinking that in the back of their mind, they're worried about what's coming at them because they're going towards traffic on that route as opposed to being away from it and maybe having a little bit more space.
Faking the give, now Watson. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all, and you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
Now Watson. And this is going to be intercepted. Julian Love picks it. Wow, so wipe out the INT roughing the passer. What a disaster.
An absolute disaster, and you hope their lockers are not right next to each other for the postgame. Safe to say one is not buying the other dinner.
And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
The passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle, and that's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
Now 2nd and 9 from the 10. A quick throw caught out wide by Judy. And he'll get this down inside the 5 to the 4 before he's out of bounds. They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Moore, the man in motion. Watson now to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Moore. So the completion good for just 3. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. Two minutes remaining in this first half of football. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And that one goes incomplete on the drop. That's one he definitely normally catches. 4th down.
I know we're just in the 2nd quarter and there's a ways to go in this game, but that's his 2nd drop. I'm wondering if that's a little bit of an alarm bell for them when they start calling plays on the offensive side of the ball.
His eyes already looking upfield on that last one before he brought it in. Hopkins' kick is good.
And they're back within a touchdown. It's 17-10.
So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
Following the made field goal for 3, Hopkins now to kick it off.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And last time they were able to churn some clock. They got the field goal, added onto their lead, but that was a drive that was so long it should have ended in a touchdown. You know that's how they felt.
And we'll both be headed to the airport after the game, but we probably should go to the post-game press conference because someone's going to ask the head coach about this drive, and he's going to profess that he was happy to get points, and we know that's not true.
Yeah.
Okay, after this type of a drive, not getting a touchdown, a huge disappointment.
Umpire threw the flag, usually always indicates holding, and that's what we've got.
And you know, depending on their positioning, where you are on the field, the umpires get different responsibilities, but always, always making sure no one's holding.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. To throw is Smith. They'll lock it with a grab over the middle. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line. They'll bring the tight end in motion right. Now Geno. Man open downfield, it's Metcalf. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Geno now to throw. Left side here, that's the tight end Fant. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And it'll be 2nd down. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. They'll come up on a 2nd and 7 from the 27. Man in motion left. That's Smith and Jigba. Now it's Smith. And his throw is incomplete.
Right up to that point, I was about to say he's had a pretty good half catching the football, but let's just be honest about it. He should have caught that one.
And he knows that. That was one right in his breadbasket and one he normally catches. They got to get to the 20 to keep the drive alive on 3rd down. The tight end in motion right. To the air again, Smith. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he will have a 1st down here as they get into field goal range as well, down at the 17-yard line.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Throwing now is Geno. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
One of the great coaches said football is really a simple game. Rush theirs, protect yours. And he's talking about those guys throwing the football. In this situation, the rush won, hitting the quarterback and forcing him into an incompletion.
Smith, an incomplete pass on first down. Now it's 2nd and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. Over the middle, that's caught by Metcalf. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. Now Smith. Setting up the screen here. This is Walker. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room. Now with 5 seconds left, not really enough time to run another play and then stop it, so on comes the field goal unit. From the right hash at a bit of a tight angle. Myers' kick is good, and they double him up here. That makes our score 20-10. So a late 3 there, and that'll help as they head into the break.
Talk about situational football and something they've worked on since the OTAs and mini camps the previous summer. They take care of the ball, get 3 points, knowing they're going to get the ball to start the second half. That's the old 2-for-1 special to finish things off.
So barring a touchback, this likely the final act of the half as the kick is away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. A final shot before the break. Watson. He'll fire deep, looking for more. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So the incomplete pass there, but the roughing the passer call bails them out.
Which means you have to stay on the field on defense longer because you've given the offense free snaps, not to mention the free yardage after that mistake.
And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. So we will not get another play here, and we are off to halftime as we send you to Orlando. Here's the coach.
It was a strong first half for the former Spartan, Kenneth Walker. He found the end zone twice, once on the ground and once in the passing game, as he proved he's anything but a one-dimensional running back.
The Seahawks with the advantage, and they get the football first as the second half is underway. And he takes this near the 25, just a little pass there, call it the 26. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34.
Smith and Jigba in motion right.
Smith.
Out right to Smith and Jigba.
And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. 5 catches for him in that first half, and that's number 6 that we just saw, and also a first down. Here's Smith. Looking for Lockett, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Martin Emerson. And the Browns will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line.
That is just what this defense was hoping for, an interception on the opening possession of this third quarter.
Obviously didn't want to surrender a touchdown and fall even farther behind. And we've gotten to know this team a little bit, haven't we? Couldn't you just see their defensive leaders telling the offensive guys, telling the quarterback, don't worry, we got you to start things off. You take it from there.
The football going back over now to the Cleveland Browns. And they have had their problems moving the ball through the air as we take you through some of the action from earlier. This secondary has played about as well as you can. Many times they've left this quarterback with nowhere to go with the football.
The Browns drive about to get started.
And they just got a little help from their defense forcing the turnover. Now can they make that pay off in points?
They need to, partner. They're down on the scoreboard. Need to take advantage of those opportunities. And this is a good one right in front of them.
Big Leonard Williams, the one who came in and got him.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
Here's Watson. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawks defense.
That sack, it goes to Boye Mafe.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in third and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
Well, the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Gonna need something special here on 3rd and long. After that sack, what does Watson have in his arsenal? Now back to throw. Buying time to his left. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they've brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
And Bojorquez on to punt as he gets it away.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. So possession goes over here on the punt.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis.
This one into the hands of Metcalf.
And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. A gain of 10 as they look to add on to this 10-point lead.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. You know what the converse is, though? You've got to win those one-on-one blocks, and when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
Throwing is Smith. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty.
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down.
And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call.
So it's the big left tackle who gets tagged with a hold.
And sometimes you're actually executing the block well, and he starts to slip off of you, and instinctively you reach out and grab him. And when it's done like that, it's often seen by the official and called.
He'll find Metcalf.
So the pitch and catch good for 11. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. Smith. And this is going to be incomplete.
1 first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
Now here's Michael Dixon. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd.
And this returnable for Hines.
And bulldozing his way through. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the Browns have a short field in front of them now as they take over 1st and 10. Now it's Watson. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
That was well played, but that was also an example of a corner who understands his coverage, realized he had support behind him, and could be a little more aggressive in the shorter zone, and did exactly that, knocking that pass away.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Watson off play action. This short pass into the hands of Njoku. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Nice play call, a little bit of play action right there. If you can get those linebackers to freeze for just a split second, that's usually all the room you need in order to get it to your tight end.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Here's Watson. They set up the screen to Chubb. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. Move the chains, a gain of 7 on 3rd down.
For as many sacks as this defense has, you can understand their willingness to try and get upfield and get another. So what a really smart play call here to use their aggression against them, go with the screen, and they're able to get the 1st down.
Off of play action, it's Watson. This is Akins hauling in the short pass. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
Here now, 2nd and 4.
And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. And that'll be a free 5 yards for the offense.
Just like a tennis match, that's just an unforced error. Stay alert, don't jump early, and give them free yardage.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Again, it's Watson. Looking for the out route, and he's got more. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a 2nd and about a foot. And now we've got flags down. Looked like one of the Browns might have moved.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit.
Still a few inches short of a 1st down as they come up now on 2nd down. And the tight end goes in motion left. Back to throw, Watson. Dumps this to his running back, Chubb. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And now 2 yards to go on 3rd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And he gets the 1st down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6. And this 3rd down looking very tough after the holding penalty. 3rd and long. Out of the gun, Watson.
Over the middle, complete to Judy. And he's going to be taken down, but there's a penalty flag in the backfield. Is this a hold, or did they rough the quarterback?
So a critical mistake, roughing the passer. Now it's 1st and goal.
Chubb is into the end zone for a Browns touchdown.
For as good as Nick Chubb is in the open field, he's every bit as good when they line him up down near the goal line. He's a speed back between the 20s, but a power back down close, and he forces his way into the end zone.
Now it's Hopkins to add the extra point. It's up and good, and the lead's now down to 3 at 20-17. So this drive spans 7 plays. And Nick Chubb the one to finish it off as he does so with a touchdown run. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Seahawks take back over. Their lead down to a field goal now as they start with a 1st and 10.
And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. So no gain on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down. Well, he caught it right at the line of scrimmage, and before he could even think about advancing it forward, he got hit.
Great tackling, because that's what you're taught. Don't give up yards after the catch, and most offenses make a living off of yards after catch. Those hidden yards that may not go into the score sheet, but they count big for moving the ball and stretching the field. Really nice open field tackle.
That incompletion certainly makes this upcoming third down a little bit more crucial. They need to find the right play to convert here and maybe start to tamp down a little bit of the momentum the other side is starting to gain.
They had the incomplete pass on second down. Now they need a big play here, 3rd and 10. Now Geno. That is caught. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. How about 25 yards on 3rd down? They'll take it.
That's a play that'll likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 47. Now we've got whistles and movement up front. I think this is against Seattle. And maybe they were coming with a blitz that time and it caused a jump.
I think if we saw it, you know that they saw it. Might have been a little discussion down there. Bad guys coming. Pick them up. Pick them up. And someone jumped.
Up the middle they run. It's Walker. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
So that flag obviously takes away the good yardage that they had on the play.
And talk about a momentum shift, because we can visibly see this celebration shifting from one side of the field to the other as soon as everyone saw the flag.
And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line.
58 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times.
They've kept him in check until that run. That's the first time he's really gotten loose in this game.
And they have to keep that in mind. Don't dwell on the fact that he finally had a big run. You kind of are counting on that as the game went on. Get back to what you were doing before. Start limiting him again.
And going right back to Walker.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Now, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
From the 33, here's a 2nd and 7.
Geno now to throw. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down.
After watching him drop that slant, I can hear my old coach's voice ringing in my ears right now. You can't run with the ball until you catch it. Trying to get those rack yards before he secured it.
Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7. They'll bring the tight end in motion right here. Now a play fake, and it's Smith. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down.
So they decline the hold, and that's going to lead to a 4th down.
So on 4th down, here's Jason Myers for the Seahawk field goal. They'll put it down right at the 40, so call this a 50-yard attempt. Myers' kick is good, and that will double their lead as it's up to 6. So 3 field goals that he's hit now. This last one helps him stretch out the lead.
He's been solid, hasn't he? And he lives up to the adage that every offensive coach has ever said to us. We want to end every possession with a kick, right? For them, it's either extra point, field goal, or at worst, a punt. In this case, it's been 3s.
Myers now converted on the field goal try. Now he's on to kick it away.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around.
Watson and the Browns now with a 1st and 10.
At their own 28-yard line. They'll motion the tight end across the formation. This thrown quickly out to Cooper. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
From the 32-yard line now, here's 2nd and 6.
They'll send the big tight end in motion right. They go up the middle with Chubb. And takes this one across the 35 to the 36, a gain of about 4.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secure before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
And he will have 1st down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. It's a pickup of 6.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
They'll bring the tight end in motion right. To throw is Watson. This short pass into the hands of Njoku.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
Ball spotted at the 45. Here's 2nd down and 7. Here's Chubb on the read option. And only a couple there as he'll take this up to the 47.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized.
3rd and 4.
The tight end in motion right. From the gun on 3rd, Watson. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a 1st down.
At least this time he's getting hit after a positive play for his offense. The pressure was coming through yet again, but he certainly didn't stick around for the sack on this occasion. Found an escape route and ended up getting the 1st down before taking the hit.
They couldn't ask for much more to this point in the second half. A gorgeous day, 1-score game. 1st and 10 here.
They'll bring the tight end in motion right here. Now Watson. Drops it off for Chubb. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Watson now to throw. Incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
This red zone is where the Seahawk crowd really makes it tough for an offense to communicate. It's 3rd down.
Watson. Looking for Cooper, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Uchenna Nwosu. And the Seahawks are going to take over once again, and they'll have it at their own 8-yard line. And that could turn out to be a giant play, Charles. You've got an offense driving to take the lead, but they're turned away on the INT.
And I think that we might look back on this in the 4th quarter and say, that was the play of the game.
Here come the Seahawks now, set to take over on offense.
They got the ball now following a big play, keeping the other guys out of the end zone. Now they'll start deep in their own territory, 1st and 10. Smith and Jigba in motion right. And they'll fake the jet sweep and go instead with Walker.
And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. Myles Garrett showing that athleticism as he gets in to make the play.
I'll tell you what, this defense hasn't played its best, but they're still right in this football game. And if they keep making plays just like that, they're going to give their offense a chance.
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down.
And he'll find a little space. He gets us up near the 10. Call it a gain of 5 that time. They'll be left with a 3rd down and about 9 to go. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Seattle, Washington. It's the Seahawks with the possession. They also have the lead here as we get set for the 4th and final quarter. From the gun on 3rd down, Smith. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have a Seahawks 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that's a much-needed completion right there on 3rd down. Really a sigh of relief, isn't it? They're backed up deep. You know they don't want to give the ball back to the other guys with great field position. They needed that throw, that completion, that 1st down.
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? A little antsy on the left side of the line.
Yeah, I think they got the guy in the end. I think they got the DN there on that one. And let's face it, he is so amped up, wanting to get a good get off on the snap. Jump too quickly.
So a 1st and 5 now after the 5-yard penalty from the neutral zone infraction.
Straight ahead, Walker.
And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. 72 yards for him on the ground now on 18 carries.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front 7, reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
2 first downs have them up to the 41 now for 1st and 10. And they'll send the tight end in motion left. Throwing now is Geno.
Throw out wide to Walker.
And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Option play, and they'll give to Walker.
And this Browns defense coming to life. They get him behind the line for a 2nd straight play. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down.
And this is why the head coach gets paid the big bucks. Look at where they are in this situation, partner. Do you throw the ball here in a long-distance situation? Do you run it again and trust your defense and make sure you take care of the ball and punt it away? What kind of options do you have here, and what do you trust more on your team?
Yeah, they may have just pushed him back into that throwing situation. We'll see. The screen does get him 9, but it also brings up a 4th down.
And that's a play that's not uncommon on 3rd and long because the offense is just hoping that somehow they can get a guy in space and follow some blockers downfield. Does a pretty nice job there getting a few yards, but he ends up getting stopped before he can get the 1st down.
And here's Dixon to punt now as he gets this one away.
Fair catch called for right around the 11-yard line. 36 yards on the punt with no return. And the Browns will take over with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory.
Watson and the Browns now with a 1st and 10.
At their own 12-yard line. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's 2nd down.
I got the sense that the defense created a little momentum for them there, didn't they?
Did their job, forced the punt. Now, nice start to the drive. Offense has to do their part.
Yeah, they certainly do, but what a great start for them. They've got to go thank the guys on D.
Now 2nd and 5. Moore, the man in motion. Here's Chubb on the read option.
And he's taken down. It's a gain of 3 from the 17 to the 20. They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Here's Watson. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to him. Deshaun Watson, so multi-dimensional, able to scramble for the 1st.
If they get a game-changing score on this drive, it's going to be because of plays like that. That run was pure heart. Took it himself, found a way to reset the downs, and advance the ball.
They'll bring one of the tight ends in motion left. To the left side and complete for Amari Cooper. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line.
Now 2nd and 3.
Moore, the man in motion. From the 30 on 2nd down. Watson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the 1st down on a 13-yard run.
He's been making himself a weapon as a runner, and the results, they've been welcomed by his offense. My question is about the defense we're watching right now, partner. Even after he got him with a scramble earlier this drive, they still aren't devoting enough attention to him. I would expect that after that carry, they'll do a much better job going forward, spying on him on passing downs.
So 2 first downs, and that moves the ball to the 42 now, 1st and 10.
And now a fake on the jet sweep and a give to Chubb.
And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
A shotgun snap for Watson. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield.
Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it.
And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line.
Well, we know he's got the speed to get downfield, Charles, but there's the negative side. A little loose with the football that time.
And that's normal, especially when you have his type of talents, because you feel like you're into the open field and maybe you don't feel the people who are around you or closing in. All quarterbacks have to do extra ball security drills with the way the game's played now, because defenses, they attack the football as much as they attack the runner.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their own 46.
Here's Walker to start the drive.
And he's going to take this across the 50 into Browns territory.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. They'll fake the handoff. Now Smith.
He's going to get this complete here to Lockett. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
A really nice gain of 25 yards.
Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on first and second downs, and they obviously picked the right spot to throw the ball there.
They'll fake it. Now Smith. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down.
It's getting cold in here, partner, because it looks like he's trying to ice this one away. Yeah, I know, bad dad joke, but what the heck, right? Scrambling for that first. After the D blanketed his receivers, that's a backbreaker for the defense. They finished this drive off with 6, and this one could be over.
From the gun, it's Walker.
They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
And that flag accepted.
To throw is Smith. This is Fant on the short completion. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
Now a 2nd and 10. On the option, it's Smith himself.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Back to throw, Smith. Got a man, it's Brown. Call it a gain of 3 on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. Smith. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Maurice Hurst able to get him down for a loss of 11. And it brings up 4th down.
We've seen him escape similar situations earlier in the game and get away for pretty good yardage. At that time, they get him down.
Yeah, they've had enough evidence that he can get away and run for good yardage, haven't they? That time it felt like, okay, enough of this. Let's play it the right way and get him on the ground before he does any damage.
Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on to punt for Seattle. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. The Cleveland offense ready to go. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
Open man, he completes it to Judy.
And that's good for a gain of 6, and it makes it 3rd down and 2 yards to go.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on 3rd.
Well, that's the fear any defense has when the quarterback gets involved in the running game. You don't usually account for him, and he's hurting them today.
Yeah, he's been very involved in the running game. Defensively, when you got the coverage good downfield, how do you account for him, though?
Occasionally, you start to spy him. Take someone who has the same agility, who can dance with him, run with him, and try and keep him in the pocket.
Yeah, it'll be especially critical here as we come down the stretch in the fourth. Yeah, he's able to push his way forward somehow for a gain of about 2 yards. Second down now.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
From the 38 now, here comes 2nd and 8.
From the gun, here's Watson. He's got Njoku, his big tight end. And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this. Well, certainly those are the types of mistakes they're trying to avoid as they attempt to protect this lead late in the game.
And let's face it, they're hoping that this one doesn't cost them in a significant way. Yeah, one guy committed a penalty, but now the entire defense has to pay the price and try and rise up and overcome it. Many teams, as soon as they spot man defense, if they haven't called a hitch, they'll get to it as fast as they can. They want to put the ball in the hands of one of their best playmakers and hope that he can break a tackle on the outside and go for big yardage.
Now it's Watson. This short pass into the hands of Njoku. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. Here's Watson. Over the middle, Amari Cooper, it's complete. Touchdown! Deshaun Watson finding Amari Cooper. And the Browns are an extra point away from going back on top here in the fourth. Now they can boot it through on the always important extra point, and then their defense has to hold up their end of the bargain.
And there's something that you've pointed out in numerous games that we've worked. Okay, the excitement's going on. Everyone's celebrating over there. Who's calling up the defense to make sure they're focused because they still have some work to do?
Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. And it is good. So they take the lead, and now the pressure falls on their defense to try and hold on. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. This is 1st and 10. Smith gets this complete to Smith-Njigba. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So they'll, of course, decline the pass interference there and wisely take the yardage.
And I think defensively he's saying, I was getting away with that in the first half. Why are you making that call now? But to me, That one was pretty easy to see. I don't understand what he's upset about. I think it was the correct call.
Here's first down. Smith's going to throw it.
There have been quite a few plays they might look back on and say, we really have hurt ourselves, and that was another example.
And this is late game execution. Everything on the line, so it all has to come together properly. The throw's made. Where's the catch? Got to catch in that spot.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Smith to throw. Out to the right, he gets it to Lockett. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 36.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now.
This complete to Lockett. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
Give to Walker on the read option.
And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line.
But Charles, they're trying to protect this lead late. Those are the types of mistakes they could afford to go without.
About the last thing you want to give them is help in completing a comeback, which is exactly what that penalty does.
Here's 1st and 10. To the right side, this is Walker.
And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Now the Browns signal for the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Here's 2nd down. Now they'll try and set up the quarterback draw here.
Oh, no, he lost the football. And this is picked up by the Browns.
Well, that simply is a missed opportunity. They're in position. If they take the ball downfield and score, they've got a chance to win the game. Instead, they cough it up. I don't think next week at practice is going to be a whole lot of fun for him.
On the other side, no bigger time to force a turnover when you've got that small lead.
Yeah, and when you look at it from the offense's perspective, taking care of the ball, so important. I know they're going to have all kind of ball security drills in practice all next week.
The Browns drive about to get started. And this game not quite in hand yet. We'll likely see all 3 timeouts defensively and then reassess where we are. Powerful running. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as it comes with exactly a minute to go in the football game. So they come up on 2nd down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing.
He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball.
Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game.
Here now, 3rd and a yard. And they'll try and run the option to pick it up. And he will have a Browns first down. It has been a struggle, but it's looking like that'll be the one to seal a victory.
Victory all but assured now as they take a knee here, and they're going to escape with a 1-point victory. Down to a knee goes Watson, and that should just about do it for this ball game.
But Charles, we were treated to an excellent game today, capped off by that second half comeback. This was a joy to watch.
Entertaining for us, not so much to the team who led at halftime and now is leaving here knowing that they let a win slip through their fingers. Tough one for them to carry home.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. From Seattle, so long, everybody.